I'm going to be giving you my top 4 horse game recommendations out of the Steam sale. Rank these in reverse order, so go 4, 3, 2, 1. And coming in at number 4 is Horsetail's Emerald Valley Ranch. I'm recommending this for the sale because it's much cheaper during the sale. I wouldn't normally say, yeah, go get this game at like, $30 or $15 for DLCs, but these are very cheap during the sale. There is a big wide world to explore, but you do have some limited pathing options to get to different areas. You might have some shortcuts available, but in general, you do kind of have to stick to a specific way of going. There are some tucked away areas where you can find like some XP boosts and things like that. As you advance in the game, you're able to customize your home where you can have different lots for pastures or barns. Set up some food areas to grow different items for your horses, some apples, sunflowers, carrots. Food items are required for breeding. You have to gather the materials to build these, but the materials are abundant. You just have to go to specific areas to find them. Build training areas in your home and build specific jumps. The jumping can be a little bit frustrating. You have to hold the space bar a little bit longer if you want to jump bigger jumps. And if you touch the jump at all, it will just stop you in your tracks. So that's a little bit of a con. You also have to practice ducking under areas. The animations for the characters are pretty cute. And the horse movement is pretty fluid. It's not glitchy. And the horse has leads in this game. I thought that was pretty interesting. You can wash your horse. A little meter up at the top will show you when you're clean. And the same goes for grooming. It's a little bit glitchy. It can be a little funny. And you also lose your hat when you groom. So the game is a little bit glitchy, but if we're on sale, it's not so bad. You can swap out your horses in your stable. Your horses will have different stats. These stats are not increasable or trainable. They are static stats. It's based on the breeding combination, or it's just the horse as it spawns in the game. The horses have different traits that they come with. In either their in-game spawn or from breeding characteristics, and those affect their behavior and whether or not they are afraid of something, or if they're just attached to you, or if they'll eat everything in sight if you leave them alone. Some of the traits affect if the horse performs better in certain areas, such as if they enjoy meadows, they will run faster and cover more ground when they're in the meadow areas or the forest areas. There are wild horses in the game that you can go up and investigate. You basically sneak up on them, and then you inspect the horse using Q. You can check out their traits. Traits like out of shape can be improved. Being uneasy with heights can also, like fears like this, can be improved as well by basically exposure therapy is how they do it in the game. You just kind of take the horse to high places and then you pet them in high places so that they know that they're safe. But he loves open fields, so he will be a little bit faster out there in the fields. And these horses you're seeing in the game right now come from the DLC package for 2 separate DLC packages, one for the Arabian horse and another for the Irish cob. If you want to tame the horse, just hit F, and you have to do some different spamming of keys until they love you. So if you're looking for a new, cute, cozy horse game to play, Horsetail's Emerald Valley Ranch just might be your ticket. Coming in at number 3, we have Rival Stars Horse Racing. You progress through the game by completing goals, and you earn rewards as you go. You collect money from your homestead so that you can buy more horses and breed them. You can check on your horses and look at their stats, their pedigree. You can equip skills in the game. It'll give you something like a money bonus when you win or a speed bonus, things like that. Check out their lifetime winnings. And you can also sell your horses. And once you hit level 6, you can put them out to pasture where you have about 20 slots. So if you don't have enough stalls and you want to breed another horse or buy another horse, you can send one of your horses out to the pasture. It won't affect their stats or their health or anything like that. You don't really have health as a concept in Rival Stars, but just no, it's not going to affect your horse at all. This game lets you breed horses in your foal stalls. You can have up to 3 foal stalls. You do have to add them, and it does cost resources and some money. You also have the market where you can buy different horses. There's new breeds available in the game as well. There's Arabians and quarter horses, and there's also the Selle Francaise. They can be found either in the market, or if you go to your stables, you can do a horse creator. It's important to note that you can buy your horses that you make in the horse creator. They are typically very expensive in general. You cannot breed your horses that you create in custom creations until you've hit that level 20 within the main game itself. You can also search for other people's creations. You can't exactly search by name or anything, but you can sort by what's new, how many things have been downloaded, like the most popular download or the newest options. And then you have your own collection where you can see which ones you have downloaded and which ones you've created. There are now a lot more things to do in this game than when it was first released. It's not just racing. You can also do cross country, and there's steeplechase as well. And then also it's going to eventually open up some show jumping. And you can now train additional stats like agility and jump. You do have to race in the game to progress the main storyline and unlock new options as you go through the game. For example, we're currently at level 4. We cannot do steeplechase until we reach level 5 prestige, which only happens through this racing goals set. As you progress through your races, you will unlock new areas, and you can see the next one that's going to be available for you. There are 4 races within each area. You have to win a certain number of times in the preceding race to be able to advance to the next one. TJ here will give you all of the advice on what he thinks you should be racing in. Sometimes he, oddly enough, recommends you do a race where you have one of the lowest odds. So be your own boss. Decide what you want to do. You can hire a jockey. It costs you money, and there's not a guarantee of winning. It's best odds, but it doesn't mean you will win, because I have hired a jockey with best odds before and we lost. So I typically prefer to ride for myself, and then you can bet on yourself and make even more money if you are really confident that you're going to win. There are no breed restrictions in the racing. It can be any of the horse breeds available in the game. So if you enjoy racing games or cross-country style games, it focuses on training and winning and creating your own bloodline of horses and just something that gives you really interesting breeding options that doesn't take forever, Rival Stars might be a good option for you. Saddle up and get ready to run. And number 2, we have Red Dead Redemption Online, or Red Dead Online. The horses are very realistic, and if you get the online game, you can then join the RedM servers where you have so many more options of roleplay, equestrian themed servers. There's a lot of different things out there. Some of the equestrian servers are like the Rift or the Tack Room are really great for just very chill gameplay. Like if you join just the regular Red Dead Online game, it can be a little chaotic and other players can really ruin your day. But with the RedM servers and being able to isolate to a specific audience like equestrians or roleplay individuals, it's more enjoyable there. There are mods in the games for the RedM server specifically that expand the horse color options and breed options, and the horse models look a little bit different as well. I believe the tack room is also expanding on some of their scripts. Eventually they'll hope to put on some even newer horse models or horse coloring options, things like that, so keep an eye out for that. The horses get spooked at different things. The jumping's a little funky, but their gaits are reasonable. They do change leads, although they don't hold their leads, but it is in there. And if you can join one of the RedM servers, like the Rift or the Tack Room, you'll be able to join a lot of other equestrian or horse lovers in the Pixel Pony world. Coming in at number 1, we have Ranch of Rivershine. This game is by far the coziest and most adorable horse game that I have played in a very long time. The art style is lovely. You can run around, gather as many forageable items as you please, and all of them are usable on your horse or for something for your horse. You can expand your stable to be able to hold more horses. You can add a breeding pasture where you can breed your mares and stallions together. The game has seasons for spring, summer, fall, and winter, and different soundtracks to go along with each. The main premise of this game is to win cross-country races and become your town's champion. There is a little bit of a magical element to this game as well, where you will find some different things like statues and stone circles and teleportation devices and such. There are no magic horses though. All of the horses and horse coat colors are very realistic, and the horses themselves are absolutely adorable. The horses will have different traits along with their variety of coat colors. You can have a training trait, a carrying trait, and an earning trait. So the earning trait will affect how you either gather items or collect money during the game, whether they win a little bit more at each competition, or you can gather double the forage, things like that. Training traits affect their training ability, so they may train a specific skill a little faster, or they might lose less energy when they're training in a specific area. As you progress through your game, you're able to earn money, and that will enable you to unlock some different areas on your own property, such as the covered arena, the retirement pasture, expanded farm and orchard plots, expanded pastures to keep your horses in, and the expanded barn. You'll also receive a free upgrade at some point in the game where you will have a round pen fixed up for you so you can train foals, and you can go ahead and start training them before they become young adults. The breeding in this game is very interesting because not only does the mare remain pregnant for 7 days, the foal then grows over 7 more days and is weaned off of the mother and is then a young adult for a certain amount of time. So you can start to ride the horse when they're a young adult, or train the horse as well, in addition to when you can train them while they're a foal. But you can sell the horse once they are a full-grown adult. There are multiple areas to unlock and explore in this game. Currently there are 4 total released outside of your town and your home. You can also catch wild horses in different areas. You have to unlock the ability first, but once you catch them, you can train them up, breed them, sell them, whatever you may want to do with them. There are a few glitches you might find, such as the horses getting a little bit stuck together, and particularly at these at the gates to the pastures, but that's okay. The game dev for this has laid out a really lovely roadmap that's available on the Steam page, and she has kept to her plan and has not disappointed. So this is definitely my top recommendation for cozy horsey games. And that wraps up the top 4 recommendations of horse games for the autumn Steam sale. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did, and also consider subscribing. Bye!